Bandai has just cancelled Battle Spirits Saga. So I thought, wow, this is the ideal time then for me to open all the starter decks and get to know this game. So in the next videos, I'll be opening this whole collection of starter decks from starter deck 1 to starter deck 6. Stay tuned. This video will be dedicated to starter deck 3, which is called Aegis of the Machines. We see some kind of robot here. I really don't understand what I'm looking at. If it's a mech warrior or some kind of horse, but let's see inside if I can understand. So this deck is control the battlefield with the defense of steel. Okay, a very defensive deck. You'll find inside 50 cards for the deck, the playmat, and the cores for you to play. Okay, so let's go and see what is inside the steel deck. So it reminds me of Pokemon, steel Pokemons. And inside is this, nothing else. Lots of plastic. Deck. Oh, the soul core just run away. Here, and then you have other 30 cores, the normal cores here on this plastic bag. And for some reason which I'm not aware, they come separated into 2 bags, maybe to facilitate giving to a player. No, it doesn't make sense, right? Because you only have 1 soul core. So yeah, I don't know. They come back like this, but you have 30. Then you also have a playmat. Playmat. Typical Bandai playmat. Your life will be there, the burst cards, reserve of course. On the field you put the permanents, there's the order of the turns, deck, discard, and the trash of your course. And typical Bandai, as I was saying, you have the rules on the other side. It's a very simple game. I've run through, haven't played it yet, but it's really a very simple game, and I'll show you some things here on the deck. Look at the guy there. Oh, it's elk, so I was seeing some kind of quadruple creature there with 4 legs. I was leaning more towards that instead of a mech warrior. So you get 2 of them. Okay, let's see the art, how shiny it is. Still, if you tell me where are the legs, I have some difficulty pointing at those. But this guy is the Divine Moonsky Beast Fantech Elk, a machine beast. So it costs 7, but 3 of them you can pay. So if you put permanents with this symbol, it will reduce the cost from a card that you play. You just need to use the remaining cores if you have them available. And then the way this game works and the mechanics and how cool it looks is that when you summon this, you decide how many cores you want to put on him. You can put just 1. He needs 1 to survive, or 3 or 5, and then it changes level according to the number of cores you put there. So if he has only 1 core, he has access to level 1, then level 2 he has access to these 2 abilities, and level 3 becomes even stronger and has access to these 2. So let's see how the mechanics of the boss here works for me to understand the deck. So when this spirit blocks, during this turn the spirit cannot be blocked by your opponent. The foil is killing my eyes. During this turn, this spirit cannot be destroyed by your opponent's destruction effects as a result of a battle, and it cannot have its core removed by your opponent's effects. Okay, so he blocks and then is protected against destruction of effects and removal of cores. Because we saw another deck which was a skeleton and that deck that the mechanics was to destroy the cores. So this guy is protected against that. And then on the end of the opponent's turn, if you did not lose life this turn, place 1 core from your opponent's life into the trash. Okay, so if you get to defend yourself, and this is a defensive deck, through here you will be able to destroy your opponent's life, which is the objective of the game. Bring the opponent's life to 0. Then 1, 2, 3, Greygarm, another mechanical beast. Looks like a wolf or something. Then 1, 2, 3 Macatrice. So this is cockatrice, but mechanic cockatrice. 1, 2, 3 Macawing duck. Macawing duck. 1, 2, 3 Hollow beast. Glass bear. 1, 2, 3 mobile golem. So when a card doesn't have abilities, just have 2 levels and hit and strength there or power, it has a big flavor text filling the gap there. Brontac, that's kind of a rhinosaur there. Mechanic rhinosaur. Buffalong bill. Buffalong bill, not Buffalo Bill. No, you heard correctly. It's move along, Buffalong bill. And it's also has some cowboy rifles there on each side, and he's protected. He has crystal around him, so this is not a robot, it's a giant beast. But instead of horns, he has rifles. Very strange. Then we have 3 sea beast dugongs. Another beast. No robot, but a beast. Then a nice princess, the Ice Blender Bridget. So the ice creatures also are white on the steel deck. 1, 2, 3 Frost 3 Goddess Air. 1, 2, 3 Spirit of Norm. Oh no, sorry, this is we made a change here. I didn't notice. So these were the creatures, the spirits. Now we have the nexus, which are the locations. So 3 locations, and then a more heaven piercing castle. Now there's 3 locations here, and then the magics, which work as instant and sorcery. So this one could be played at flash level, which is the instant level, before the clearing blockers, after the clearing blockers, etc. But also could go as burst. So you can always have one card in burst mode, face down, and then it has a trigger, like a trap in Yu-Gi-Oh! That activates. In this case, when opponent resolves the spirits when summoned effect, you trigger this and you do whatever is there. So it's very versatile. The cards could be used differently. So the Dream Bomb also, it's a burst card, but also you can use the other effect when you want. And there's another magic here, which is the Protection Aura. If it's your opponent's turn, the spirit gains plus 3000. So it's a defense move. Okay, there it is. So this was the Age of the Machines deck, the gray deck, white deck. No, it's more white. The color of the cards are white. I hope you enjoyed it to the point that you consider hitting that like button. And normally I mentioned there's a playlist with content for this game. That playlist doesn't exist yet, but probably considering that I'm gonna invest a little bit on this game now that it's being cancelled, I'm gonna take up the opportunity to grab some material. I'll create a playlist for that, as well as for all other major card games out there, which I have a playlist that you can find. And if you like board games, there's a lot of content for board games as well. And recently I also launched a content called the Table Talks, where I'm interviewing people, getting to know their stories, their profiles, their projects while playing board games online. And so I definitely think that you'll find interesting content in the channel to consider subscribing and being part of this community. Thank you very much, and I hope to see you on the next video. Goodbye.